Hello, everybody, and this is Auntie, and I am just coming to you to talk to you real quick. It won't be long, I promise. Let's get into it, shall we? Yes, we shall.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, hello, everybody, and this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this channel. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube. And to all of my nieces and nephews and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. I don't know if you all can tell in my video that I just did a few minutes ago that I was a little off. And I am a little off. A couple of days ago, I put this up to do an interview with Chance and Taylor. We had been trying to work on it, I guess maybe about a week or so, or whatever it is, right? A week or so ago. And they were, unable to do it. And they said that they would reschedule, and they did. And so today, it's just been a really off day. And it's not Taylor and Chance. They had the timing off. They had made a commitment to someone else who wants them on their channel or in their chat. Two other cast members said they supposed to be in the chat as well. And so I want them to be free to go in the chat. There's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes as far as Love After Lockup cast members. And not all of them, just a particular couple. And I had already, y'all know I don't really even do interviews, but I wanted to give Chance and Taylor the opportunity to interview with me. I was in someone else's chat and we kind of discussed it then. And I was like, okay, let's set it up. But interviews isn't something that I usually do, unless I'm doing it behind the gate. But I was like, let me do it out front. Let me just, let me do this out front. But I ain't competing with anybody. I don't have to do this. I wanted to interview Chance and Taylor because I wanted to have the opportunity to set the record straight. But I am in no means in competition with anybody, and I don't want any of these cast members to feel pushed and pulled. I don't. I don't need competition. I don't need them in my chat, and I don't need to interview them. I think we do well over here at Auntie's Advice, and I'm just being honest and upfront about it. I don't like the stuff that's going on at all. And if you're supposed to interview with me, then interview with me. And I feel like I just told Chance because he was like, we still want to do it. But I was like, to me, it's embarrassing when you put up something for days and you all are in great anticipation for hearing and seeing something happen here on this channel and it doesn't. That's stress for me. It's stress for you all. It's disappointing to me because it disappoints you. And y'all know I don't like nobody with y'all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So I apologize for doing my Married at First Sight and not getting this out, but I'm going to be very transparent. There are some things that are going on that I have been absolutely appalled and disappointed with. When I put my name behind somebody and I see that they do shady and they don't walk with the best integrity, I cannot and will not fuck with them anymore. I can't. Because I've been in this game for a long time. I stay in my corner, I mind my business, and I rarely ever endorse people. But when I see the shady that's going on, thank you so much. Just a matter of time for the $9.99 super chat. Don't ever feel like you're in competition with anyone, Auntie. We good over here. I know we are good over here, but I don't want Chance and Taylor to think that I'm mad with them. That this is about them. I told them that I was getting ready to go live to tell you all that I canceled it. Chance did, being fair, he did ask me, Auntie, are you mad with us? Chance, I'm not mad with you and Taylor about this. I just don't like the competition. I don't need you all in my chats to be successful. I don't need you all on my screen to be successful. When I decided that I was going to talk to you all, I was being authentic. To really have a competition because some went down over here on the channel between me and Taylor's mom. And I wanted you all to be able to reconcile, to let people see that we can reconcile with one another, that we can sit and we can talk. But I don't need this double booking and I'm booked over here and this, that. And that is of no reflection of you. But I don't like this that's going on. And right now I'm calmer than I'm calm like I was in that beauty shop, in that nail shop. But underline, I will go the hell off. And I don't want to do that because I'm bigger than that. And I don't need anybody to tell me that I'm not. I may not get 100,000 views every video. I may not, but that day is coming. And I am not going to stoop down to somebody who wants or appears to want to be in competition with me. No, we're not doing that. So I did tell Chance that I would drop the link if they wanted to come up because I want you all to know that it is not about them. It's about this dumb stuff that's going on in the back. And what you all don't understand is, there are a few content creators who are African American. People come to our and I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. They come to our channels, they get the tea from us, and then they run and they run, go tell that, and they don't even cite us in their articles. But they use the information that they get from here and don't put us in it. And then there are other people who go out there and say stuff in articles or on a channel and don't vet it. Just want to be quick and first to the story. I don't need to do that. I'm not in competition with anybody. I don't need to do that. And that's why I stopped doing interviews, because it's too difficult to do it. I don't have the time to set it up, nor do I have a staff. I'm not unemployed or non-void. I'm not sitting around every day not fucking working. I work. So if Chance and Taylor want to click the link, you're more than happy to do that. But I do not want y'all to think that Chance or Taylor did anything wrong but got the month and time wrong. But the thing been sitting up there for days now. And when I put my name behind something or my name behind somebody, there's a certain level, like I'm looking, I have an expectation for it to go right. And I don't like to be out of control. I'm not a controlling person, but I want to do things in decency and in order. And I put this thing up here, and here we're not doing it. That's embarrassing to me. That is totally embarrassing to me and embarrassing to my channel. And that's why I don't. I have other people who are in my box and saying, okay, we want to interview with you, but you got to do this, you got to do that, and you want to, you how can I explain it? I just don't want to play the games. I just don't want to play the games. And I'm like pissed. I am pissed. But bitch, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real with y'all. Y'all going to get what y'all get from every day. I'm going to show up real. The other day when I was talking to my brother, and I don't know if I had shared it with y'all, and he was just telling me, I'm so proud that you're my sister and that you're authentic, you real, you the OG, you real out here in these streets. The same sister, the same aunt, the same cousin, the same person that you see on the screen is the same person with all of those people. And there's very few people who can say that. My friends that watch, they all know. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. They all know this is who I really am. I don't play games. I don't sit and talk about cast members in a negative way and then turn around and be back in their face. I don't do that kind of. I'm real. Chance, you ain't gonna be able to smoke on my channel, and you ain't gonna be able to keep moving around. You sit your ass there. We're not doing the Harry, okay? Met Auntie. So if you ground yourself, I'll bring you up. Can you ground yourself? Because you're moving all over the place, and I know I got at least 2 people who have seizures from moving. You fine? You good?
Day. Is it dark? Oh
It's-
man, it's too dark. The kids are in there hooting, hollering.
Okay, no worries. So you want to step out, have a cigarette, talk to Auntie. I want you to know that I'm not blaming you for anything. I just don't I just, for me, I need to do things in decency and in order. And I know that you and Taylor had the best intention. But if you got an engagement somewhere else and all of that kind of stuff, I don't want to ever stand in the way of you making a commitment.
Oh no, it wasn't like that. We usually get on their, in the comments and just watch. I've been actually watching your reviews here lately. As far as in Geo said it. I mean, I like how y'all put it out there, blood raw. That's exactly how we like to roll, and I apologize with the time change.
Okay.
And then I was trying to get some tires for Taylor's car today. Ironically, no, not financed.
Okay. With your 750 credit score.
Hey, now reality TV hasn't caught up. My 750 done went up. No, I think it probably dropped a few because when I just had to get some central air and heat finance for this house because this is an older house and it wasn't equipped with that. So they had the floor heaters and I just didn't like that with the kids.
Okay.
And then there was no AC. Porch light on? Ah, that's a good idea.
Is that Taylor?
Yep, you hear her with her good ideas. Want me to turn the light on? She said, "You want me to turn the light on?" I was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, Mom.
Well, I
She's
want
gonna
you to
be
know, I want people to know, and I'm going to tell you to your face. I don't know if Taylor's going to be joining you or what,
no,
but
she
I
is.
want to tell you to your face that since you have been chatting with me on email, I do have a different perspective on you. I am going to read your ass when you act up and you
Do
cut up, but I do have a different perspective on who
it.
you are in reality. I know that 50% of what we see is produced. I am aware of that. But I do want to say that you seem to be a little different than how you show up on that screen.
No, honey, not right now, baby girl. Nope, y'all gonna have to go
Oh,
back
it's
inside.
like,
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. I got the
it's
kids
okay.
running in, running out. um.
Don't come up. Hi, baby.
Okay. Now go back over there, please.
Yeah, tell I don't have kids on my channel. I cuss too
Grab
much.
my hand, dude. My goodness. Well, it's better when they learn how to obey when you ask them to do something nicely.
They're learning.
Yeah.
That's true. Hey,
Let me.
Taylor.
Hi.
Hey, I wasn't saying anything negative to y'all. I just was explaining why I decided to cancel. It wasn't on you all. I don't want you all to think that I'm angry with you or anything like that. I just don't, like I want my channel to function a certain way. I usually don't do interviews, as you all know, unless they're behind. And I really was taking a chance with you all. And so when things started going a little haywire, it just the time change and stuff like that, and us missing each other, I just kind of like I back away, and that's just how I operate. So it's not to be mean or thinking I'm mad or anything like that, okay?
Absolutely. And
I get it.
I understand too, because I mean, this is what you do. And when you have something set up, I keep moving this thing. I wanted to use the laptop, but we can't. It's dead because all the kids have all the
It's
chargers
okay.
and they're on everything all the time. So now I got this little phone.
It's okay,
At
just
any
a
rate,
tad still.
but I totally respect where you're coming from, because it could seem like there's a competition or something, and we're just trying to be normal people at the
Yeah.
same time too.
Yeah, it's just it's just vlogger stuff, and I don't
There
play the
you
games. I never
go.
have since I've been on here. I've never played any games with anybody. And it's just some things that's going on. I got a phone call, matter of fact, a couple of phone calls today, and just some stuff that's going on in the background. I don't like it, and I don't play
Really?
those kind of grand because when I come out, I'm going to come out rickety raw. I'm going to be I'm gonna be putting 20 on 10. So I don't like the stuff that I'm hearing. And I'm just trying to maintain my composure and
Oh
not
yeah.
cause any confusion in this community, because this is a very small community, believe it or not.
Yup, it's a small world. So what type of stuff is being said in the background? I'm
Just
curious.
about, just it's just a whole bunch of
I'm
just
so
a whole
sorry.
bunch of bull crap. We can talk about it offline.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of bull
There we
crap, and
go.
it's just one content creator that's causing the bull crap. So I mean, it's all good.
Okay.
So Taylor, so how did you feel about? I was shocked that y'all wanted to interview with me, considering me and you got in a little beef. Are you okay with our beef? We at peace.
Yeah, I'm past it. I
Were
mean,
you?
I
Go ahead.
understand why it would have been taken the wrong way. So, but I moved
But
past
the
it.
pictures that the pictures that you sent me, Chance, it looked like y'all still haven't done anything in that garage. What's up with the
Oh my
garage?
goodness. Okay, so right now I'm in the middle of, believe it or not, are we live or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, we live.
Okay. So I'm trying to
Don't
think
tell
what I
what you
can
can't tell.
Well,
Don't
yeah,
what
tell
I
what
can
you can't
say.
tell.
Yeah.
just with her being at rehab and not here, and then everything else that we have going on, like besides everything that is on the show, we have more things in our life that we have to deal with.
Right.
So just everything all together
And then
has
not to
just been too
mention
much.
those pictures were actually
The
taken
one from the show.
before. Yeah, like I couldn't definitely send any relevant, like immediate
Yeah, I
pictures.
figured that. I figured that because it
Yeah,
looked the
so those
same. It
were in
looked
the
the same exact way. Yeah.
those were the process of construction. Like I made a video, and this was before anything like was in stone that we were gonna film this. Like it wasn't set up for that.
But you
I
bit off
purchased.
more than you can chew, though, Chance. You have so
Oh,
much going on, and I
I'm
know
telling
that's
you.
got to be stressful to Taylor. Like seriously, you need to slow the fuck down because you're the type of person that you got a project here and a project there and a project here and a project there. Whether the projects are people, person,
Oh, why I
places,
can't?
or things,
There we go.
you gotta slow down. You have too much going on. You're trying to buy a house, then you want to get married, you gotta fix the garage, you're doing stuff with the kids. Like it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
Seriously, Chaz, it's too much.
I tell him that all the time. I'm like, okay, one thing at a time.
Yeah, he got
A
too
lot.
much going on.
And I'm not gonna lie, Auntie. When I got out, I immediately felt overwhelmed just trying to integrate into society. I
Yeah,
had all that stinking thinking from the cell block in my head,
yeah.
and then at the same time, I felt behind on everything mentally, socially, financially. Like I didn't own anything. All my clothes were in prison. I mean, I got out with a little bit of money because I had saved up some money and, what I didn't spend on the phone talking to Taylor, because phone calls are expensive. And there we go. Maybe that'll help. I'm
There
just
y'all
trying to get this.
go.
So yeah, I immediately hit the ground running. I had a job my second day out, and that's it. I didn't have time to contact family. I didn't make time to go out and party one night with my buddies. I just went to work immediately and started doing the plumbing. It was a little $20 an hour, and it was better than nothing. It was definitely better than what was I getting, 17 cents an hour to work in the wood factory
Yeah, yeah,
in
right.
prison. And then I got boosted up 50 cents was like my max pay in there an hour. So far from complaining about the freedom, love it. I work hard for it.
And I kind of feel like he did miss out on a lot of time. So with him being gone, and all of his friends are mostly his age, and they have everything. They have a house that they bought. They've had cars that they
Oh yeah.
buy. So I feel like in a way he wants
I'm
to
gonna turn
keep
this
up.
sideways.
And he
Is that
hasn't had the
better?
amount of time
Yes,
that
that's much better.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, see, I'm trying to. Let me tell you something. I had this GPS on bike, and I didn't know it. So they said I had this app on my phone that tells me my job schedule and the addresses that I got to go to. And I clicked on it. It said I was 2.5 hours away, and I was like, man, it's gonna take me forever to get there. So I'm driving, and it kept taking me to these parks, and I'm like, there's no way to get through this park. It was a bicycle trail all over St. Charles. There. Why do I feel like this is
Do
too
you want
close?
me to hold it?
Yes, please,
Yeah,
because
please,
my
please.
carpal tunnel's kicking in and everything. Shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
you.
please hold it.
Why are you moving?
I'm trying to get in there. It's backwards, It's like looking in the camera. I'm
Yeah.
in the mirror, and you're trying to like.
So let me ask you a question, Chance, because I'm not gonna hold y'all long. But when you watch the reviews, do you read the comments?
Sometimes I do. Yeah.
So Taylor's mom came into one of my lives and she said, "Don't talk about the kids," which we weren't, right?
Yeah.
I don't talk about people's kids. But sometime in my comments, people say things about you and the kids.
You can't
So
control what people say. Yeah.
how do you feel about some of the comments that people make about you as it relates to the kids?
For real, I can't control what another man thinks. You have to
Okay.
understand, I just spent almost a decade in prison
Right.
where damn near every single person in there had a sick mind and they all thinking like that. Now, I don't want
Right.
to compare any of the viewers or any of the commenters to a convicted felon. Maybe they are, maybe they ain't. I don't know anything about them. But I can tell you this, I ain't ever had nothing like that in my background. And I have never done anything inappropriate.
Thanks for clearing that up. Thanks for
Huh?
clearing that up. I said thank you for clearing that up, being man enough to clear that up.
Well, the
because
thing
I
about it
know
is,
that we try to take as many of those comments out as possible, but we can't get to every one of them, right? And so I just wanted you to really clear that up because I think that, like everything else, I think you're real impulsive, right? And so when you came in strong with the girls. And so for us, it's a different read. You know what I mean?
right.
It comes off a little differently. And so then we point our fingers at Taylor and be like, Taylor, what the hell are you doing? Taylor, somebody do Taylor.
Well,
Right?
yeah,
No,
nobody
no,
really knows
seriously.
me, and
No,
it's like
seriously.
when the
So
camera is here filming, you know, I try to be as authentic as possible, but I get all goofy. I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to be, you know, like a little too
but you
much,
don't have to be. You could just
extra
be
saucy.
yourself.
I
That's what I'm saying. When I was texting back and forth with you, that if that guy showed up, no, seriously, if that guy showed up, we would have understood Taylor's decision.
right,
But
right.
that guy didn't show up. It was
Yeah,
a
but a lot of that stuff is in the mind of the beholder. You know, if I'm a
thing.
liar, I'm gonna think everybody's lying to me, or if I've
No,
been a
I'm talking about
subject
the
of being lied
jokester.
to.
No, I'm talking about the jokester,
Oh yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. It didn't show up, I think, well, especially when you met Taylor's mom and dad.
Oh yeah.
It was like you was already in the Easter bunny outfit. Like who's going
Well, it was Easter, believe it or not. we were hiding eggs. They were trying to get me to do a backflip in that thing. I'm like, man, I ain't done a backflip in 25 years. Come on. Did I do a no, I didn't do a backflip. Not that day. But you know, hey, honey, we are in a conversation here.
So
Well, I
how
mean, I just think it's rude. You got to teach them to not do that. Boy, my Aunt Millie would have smacked me right upside my head.
just like
Yeah.
that?
God rest her soul. She just passed away 3 days ago.
Oh, I'm
But
sorry to hear that.
yeah, man, she was like, see, I
How'd
never
it
had a mom
go?
growing up. And so my 6 aunts helped raise me. You know, my dad was in and out of jail. And, you know, when I look at myself, and I'm gonna go back to this other, I'm gonna touch back, I'm gonna get off of that because I get all teared up and you know, I'm pretty blood raw, you know, and I shoot from the hip, I
Me
keep it
too.
real, and sometimes I'm a little too just straightforward.
Yeah,
I
me
don't really know
too.
how to sugarcoat stuff.
Me too.
And at the same time, though, like I've been in a lot of hostile environments, so
So you had to fight
I
your way
think
through.
me joking a lot tries to cover. I try to cover that side of me. Now I've never had a violent crime in my life. The second degree robbery was probably as violent as it gets. I didn't even have a gun. But you know, domestic violences and all that stuff. I'm not down. I don't like to argue. Um, but there's just so much in my life, man, and I use this show. It's really helped me grow a lot and integrate in back into society because
But
my
you gotta
social skills are
listen
shot.
too, though. But you gotta listen. You don't listen to Taylor.
I try. I do. I
Chance, you don't listen to her. I swear you don't. When y'all set your asses down, and I haven't done a review yet, so I'm gonna tell you how I felt about that.
okay.
She is a different way of communicating, right? And you railroad the conversation. You don't mean to, but you railroad the conversation and you don't take the time. You react instead of responding to what Taylor's trying to say.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
when we ended this week, right? And I know y'all like me, right? But
Yeah.
when we ended it, you said there's something going on, and I'm going to get down to the bottom of it. I'm gonna find out what it is. Taylor's basically have already told you what the hell is wrong, unless it's going to be something shocking that's going to be happening.
You won't be motherfucking shocked. I'll tell you that. Stay tuned. Sorry,
Well,
excuse my
but
French. I can't hold back everything now. I'm gonna tell you this. You
but
just
you
stay
don't think
tuned.
you railroad the conversation though, Chance?
Yes, I do. But they didn't air everything, and I was upset about that. And maybe they will later.
Get in
Because
line.
I had the film crew crying. Okay, like shit got thick, but you know we'll just maybe they will.
Baby,
Hey,
you
honey,
never hold the camera down because then you look better.
girl, I ain't worried about looking fat.
I am. Don't put it on me then.
She is. She
You're
said she don't
pregnant.
want her. You know, women, we want our, we want our to be looking right.
Yeah, for real. And it's bad enough this side is like the closer side to the camera, so my head looks fatter.
Well, you should have charged that laptop. I told her to plug it in earlier, but the cat knocked the plug out of the wall.
I
It's just
heard a interview on Kiki Taylor. I remember you coming into my to my comments. You were angry with me about the stuff with Bobbie. You had made some comments about I basically don't know what the fuck I'm talking about and all of that, right? And then I saw the interview that your mom, your stepmom, and your dad did
don't you
on
play in that pond, girl.
Kiki and Kibitz. And then I understood your relationship with Bobbie and why you felt like you had to say the stuff that you said. Because your stepmother said that they were living in the house with you all, and she was doing that with some guy, and they called the police or something like that, and they their asses you kicked their asses out.
Yeah, that was a big, huge mess. The whole thing was a mess. I feel like a lot of like, I guess in a way I kind of took like offense, and I take offense sometimes to people who like they say that like I don't do enough for Bobbie, or and I really do a lot for her. Out of everybody that we have in our family, I've done the most for her. If she needs something, she calls me
Well, I can
and
tell.
relies
Yeah,
on me.
I can tell after that
She said,
interview.
"Do."
After that interview, Taylor, Chance, if you don't keep that daggone camera still, but at least y'all ain't in the bed.
If
Oh
it was in
man,
the bed, the phone would have been still.
But when I heard her talk, and she said that you all sacrificed your relationship with them in order to be there for Bobbie, I understood. But do you think that sometimes that behavior is enabling?
Yeah, I do. It's really hard to be in like, I don't know if you've been in that situation
Yes.
before.
Yes.
It's really
Yeah.
hard. You don't know what is right, what's wrong. You want to love them, but you don't want to make them feel alone.
Athena, I'm gonna dunk you in that pond.
So it's just
But you know what? It's not our responsibility, Taylor, to carry them but so far. After a while, you have to have tough love. And until people hit the curb, and I mean really hit the curb, they're going to continue to do it because they know that your remedy is I want to make sure you feel love. But hitting the curb is feeling loved. Saying, you know what, we're not doing this anymore. Period.
right.
And I know you did the best that you could by having her, creating a garage space for her. But the best thing, based on what the past has been, was just to say when Bobbie left, Bobbie stay out. Don't come back.
Right. I
I
mean,
know it's hard.
really,
I
it's
know it's
hard.
hard. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you don't know how much I can relate to you.
Auntie, this and I ain't trying to interrupt. Obviously, I got a
He
lot to
does
say,
that a lot.
but I will please. This is real. Everybody in the family said we should, just let Bobbie go on her way. But this is my thing. I've almost died several times, and I didn't have somebody that was going to be stern. Somebody was going to be strong enough to put up with my hard head and stand by me. And who knows what could have happened, And I don't want to see
No, we don't.
obituary.
We
I don't
don't.
want to see
I'm
that.
telling you, Bobbie's my favorite. But
He's a good person.
still, I didn't feel like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't feel like that until I listened to your stepmother. And
Yeah.
I was like, Taylor's been letting this go on a long time.
And it's true. I mean, and look, when I was in the joint, Taylor told me that they moved in. I said, no, I don't like it because one, I don't like anybody mooching. I wouldn't let Taylor send me money when I was in the joint. I never let her send me money.
Did you say
A couple times she has. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. When I see her going to work and busting ass, and then one of them's claiming to have a broke foot, and then the next week they got 2 broke feet, and then just all the other stuff on top, nobody's working, and I'm like, hold on a minute, what's going on? And she's like, oh, they're up all night. I'm like, man, they're getting high. I mean, I've been there, I've done it, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to just throw you on the side of the road and see what happens,
No, you
because
on
I
the
know what's
side
going
of
to
the
happen.
road. No, you
You
on the
know,
side of the road. Sometimes people got to be on the side of the road. Maybe because my community, we do it differently, but year after year after year, decade after decade, after a while, you got to nip it. I understand your love for her, and I'm not here to judge you, right? I can just judge what I see, but for me, was it the garage or was it something else?
oh no, it was going on way before then. It
Okay,
was just
okay.
somebody had to stand up, and that garage wasn't cheap. That cost a lot of money, and I wasn't making a lot of money. And Taylor sacrificed her almost half her tax income, and I sacrificed damn near every bit of every paycheck I had come in that we could let go of, and we got that stuff for the room. We did
But
it the
you
best
bit
we
off
could.
more than you could chew, though. You needed to
Yeah,
do little by little, by little by little, by little by little, and you
we didn't have
didn't.
time
Your
for it.
ass was over here, your ass was over there. You had a
Yep.
wall up here. It was too much.
And I do want to say, in his defense, the way that they pieced it together, they literally picked every single time he did something wrong or something fell. That's what they aired. You
We
know
had
what
a
I
lot
mean?
of successful moments in
Okay,
there. I'm telling you right now. Oh
okay.
god, I hung
Do
that
you have
ceiling
other
drywall by
people
hand
or other
by
friends?
myself.
I know I do drywall, believe it or not. My dad owned the construction business. But when you were out there, you didn't have any friends or anybody that could help you hold that sheetrock straight?
No, not at that short of notice like that. You have to understand, like everything happened so quick with what the incident in the living room. You going to the hospital, coming right back out, and I had literally no time, and it was going to be either put her on the side of the road or build the room and try to keep an eye on her.
And to add on to that, we have a lot of people that aren't willing to film.
Right.
So if they're not willing to film, then they can't
Okay.
help and be aired. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
Okay.
wish I could kick her into that pond from here. I
Okay.
would do it, but that ain't child abuse. Dunk her ass in that water shit.
Well, I hope you get the little boy you
Leave the
want.
issues alone.
But girl, let me tell you. Oh, fuck. Listen to me. That's the thing about living in a house full of girls. It's hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, what's up? And I'm like, girl, let me tell you something. Get your ass out of that dishwater. You know what I'm saying? Auntie, I'm from Fort Lauderdale. I'm from Sunrise and Old Dixie. And hey, you are being disrespectful right now, Taylor. Why aren't you telling her this? I don't care if we're on some live or something. I don't care what we're doing. I apologize. So at any rate, you know, in Taylor, on the other hand, I ain't trying to make excuses. Get that out. I literally had to explain this to her as far as like certain word phrases, that could be taken as a way that you're singling a person out. You're not just singling a person, you're singling a whole community out. You're a whole people's, and she just still didn't get it. And I said, you ain't getting this? Because she's very intelligent. She went to college for accounting, you know, she's obviously done a lot way before I got here. And not only taking care of her 3, but she was taking care of 2 more and her sister, you know. And then sometimes her sister's boyfriends too. Everybody was
Are
just
you tired? Are you tired of taking care of everybody? That gets very tiring and old.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's things that I wish I could say, but I can't because it hasn't aired yet. So I can't really go into detail about that.
Yeah.
But there's just some things that I don't know. I kind of look at them like, damn, I hope it's not going to be another responsibility for me just because I've been trying so hard to like downsize my responsibility. I've spent my whole adulthood taking care of other people.
It
So
sure sound like it.
Oh yeah.
Who's holding the camera, Chance?
Yeah, my carpal tunnel. I got carpal tunnel on one hand and something wrong with the other one. I don't even know what it is. But old age, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a concrete finisher and I do a lot of work with my hands. And about 2 months ago, I was swinging a sledgehammer, and I guess I twisted something in my elbow. And for some reason, it was on my left arm, and for some reason, it made my right wrist go numb. Weird. So now both hands go numb on and off. I've been taking this nerve pain stuff I got from Walmart, but
Okay, well, give
not
it to
working.
Taylor because now it's shaking like we on a bumpy road.
There we go. I got
Like
it.
we driving on gravel.
I got it propped up. That's me. That's my life, girl. I'm on gravel. I'm just messing.
Taylor, what kind of what kind is there anything that is a misconception that you want to clear up with me, or that you want to clear up with about how Chance is talking to the kids? Because some people are in the comments and saying that Chance is wrong for saying that, you know, Taylor, you need to do this, you need to do that. And then some people are saying, that's right, Chance, you right, you right, you right. Do you want to clear that up about what we're seeing right now? Because I don't want you to walk away and come back to the comments section and see that. Let's talk about it.
yeah. So I think that it's just everything that my kids have been through.
Yeah.
I am not good at discipline. Everybody will see that my kids are not the most disciplined children in the world. And I know that it's a fault in my parenting. But I don't have the heart just because of everything that they have been through. I feel bad and I feel guilty for them. So Jakelyn and Sophia, they don't have their dad. And it started back after we lost him and everything. I kind of just feel like I don't want to be their only parent and be strict and bossy. And I want them to feel like they are loved. You know what I mean? And it's kind of gotten to the point where I've been doing it for so long that it's kind of gotten out of control. And Chance is just trying to like get me to like, hey, you have to discipline them. You have to do something about this or they're gonna get out of control. And I see that, but it's hard sometimes because I just don't want to be that. I don't want to be the bad parent. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you. Let me share something with you. Okay, you know this channel is called Auntie's Advice, so I'm about to give you some advice. My daughter lost her father at a young age. He died of congestive heart failure.
Oh man.
And I used to be the parent, like you, Taylor, that would turn a blind eye, that would supplement their hurt or the stress of being a mom who has a child that will never see their other parent again. Because it's one thing to know that they're still alive. It's another thing to have that final thing. But you know what I had to realize? That one day I may leave them myself. And how is society going to treat my child?
Yep.
If they have no discipline, no order, because I am feeling guilty about something, or I don't want to be hard because she doesn't have her daddy. The world doesn't give a damn.
Right.
About our children
Oh no.
being left orphaned. Because if something happens to you, then your child is left they're considered an orphan. And the world doesn't care. And so I had to toughen up with myself and say, okay, Auntie, you know that she's fragile in this area. You want to keep her father's legacy and his life alive. You can't do it by overfeeding her or over gifting her, buying a bunch of toys, being soft, letting things go. You gotta toughen up in that area, because when their dad is gone at no fault of yours. And the love that you have now has to sustain them in a world who doesn't care.
Amen.
Right.
So you got to remember, Taylor, that when they go out in society and they go in a grocery store, and they're not with you and they're 16 years old, the world don't give a damn that your daddy died. I'm sorry.
Right.
And I
No,
had to do
you're
that
right.
with my daughter. The world don't give a damn. My daughter cannot act like this. One day I had to tell my daughter, I said, you are not, what was the girl name? Miley Cyrus?
Oh, yeah.
Miley Cyrus had, I said, this is not Disney Channel and you are not fucking Miley Cyrus. Like,
I know. I feel it. I feel that so much. My kids walk around trying to be people on TV too, and I'm like,
yeah,
no, they do shit you
we
should
are
not do
not
ever.
acting like that in this house. And it made me realize the world doesn't care. So
Yeah,
you
I try to
you
explain.
gotta bring that discipline from somewhere else, Taylor, because he's a man coming into your life. And yes, you want him to help you out, but he can't be your scapegoat for disciplining your kids. You got to do that yourself. And you got to always remember that Auntie said, nobody's going to care and love them like me. Nobody's going to love them like you. But they will fuck them up.
And
they will
nobody's going to show them. Nobody's going to give them that soft discipline
They
with
not.
understanding
No, they
that
not.
like you would either. You know, they're going to slap them hard
Wasn't
if
your
it came
fault,
down
Taylor.
to it.
Taylor, it was not your fault that he left. It wasn't your fault, Taylor. You're not responsible for that. And you don't have to carry the burden of that. It wasn't my fault that my daughter's father passed away. It wasn't.
It just sucks because, like, as a mom, and you feel that you want to be able to fix that for them. You know what
But
I mean?
we can't carry the burden. And every time you don't discipline them, you're carrying the burden of a death. That wasn't your fault. Every time you let them jump on your furniture, every time you let them interrupt your conversations, every time, Taylor, that's a burden that you're carrying that's not yours to carry. You did the best you could and you're still doing the best that you can, but you've got to let him rest in peace while you raise them in peace.
Right.
And kids want to be disciplined. They do. They may act up, but they want to be disciplined. And you got 3. So all of them are learning from the other one.
Right.
So when they see the oldest one getting away with it, the expectation is that the other ones are going to follow. Till it's not your responsibility to continue to grieve for your children who are probably not grieving anymore, because children are resilient. And if you want them to connect to the man that you're with now, you've got to bring order in your home. You've got to bring
I
order.
definitely agree. I've been trying. It's a process. Yeah, it's a process. I've definitely been trying though.
Turn the light back on, please.
See, look at that. Look
she knows we out here. She ain't stupid though. She's very intelligent.
She know I'm talking about her. She know I'm talking about her. She can
they get on the websites and they can navigate through all these websites and YouTube. I didn't even know how to get on YouTube. I'm like, where is it? How do I get there? You know, I'm trying to get on there from Instagram.
I still have my daughter to navigate stuff.
Yeah, so she's 5 years old, knows how to navigate everything.
I'm hoping you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I definitely do.
Because without order and discipline in your home, they're going to connect to you, but they'll never connect to Chance. Not in the way you're going to want them to. They will never connect to him. They will always look at him with their hands out, with an expectation that he's going to feel something for them that they're missing. They are not missing and lacking anything.
Yep.
You've got to do what you got to do so they can connect to him in a real way, and not just as somebody who's paying the bills, who's giving the candy, who's putting a Band-Aid on their knee, and then they can't respect them.
And
Rex, come here. Get in the house.
Okay.
Boy, get your butt in the house. See, he came right to me.
That's
because he knows I'll spank his ass if he leaves this yard. Yes, he heard my call.
No, I'm saying he started around that way, but he didn't know you were sitting right here.
So you understand me, Taylor?
Yes, I do.
You got any feedback? What you want to say?
Not really. Other than I mean, I like the advice. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely going to stick with that and try to hold on to that and keep that in mind and just it's a process trying to switch. You know what I mean? It's like
No, it's just
it's
switching.
it's hard.
Well, baby, nobody's going to discipline your kids out of love like you can. You
Yeah.
know, all I can do is take their allowances and take their phones and turn the TV off, and
And
that's it.
that's only gonna last for so long, because after a while
Yep.
they're gonna be at an age where they're gonna be sneaking. And
Oh yeah,
that's
and then they'll just hate
don't
me
want
for
them to
it.
do.
But I would
Sneaking
rather them
and
hate
lying.
me.
Huh?
I would rather them hate me than wind up sneaking out the window thinking
Well,
they can
that's
get away
not
with
the
anything.
order. That's not the order. That's
I
not
know.
the order. It's Taylor gotta do it.
Exactly.
You're
I agree.
telling her right. Taylor, you gotta, you gotta do this, and then you the reinforcer. But if you're this guy, that's all they're gonna see you as, is this guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Can I get a Happy Meal? I want a Happy Meal. Next thing you know, they in the truck and y'all singing
Oh man.
and they going to get a Happy Meal. That doesn't give you the respect. It doesn't teach them to respect you, love you, and honor you. Only person that can do that is Taylor.
Absolutely.
And Taylor, you gotta let go, because it's not your responsibility. And you need to pamper yourself. You need to do more for yourself. And I know that's hard. That's a
Yeah.
hard transition, because you've been taking care of everybody.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's not used to that, and I tell her all the time. I'm like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that for yourself? Because now I'm working. I got a good job. I'm making pretty good money. I'm getting
You can
about
see it in
35 an
Taylor's
hour.
eyes. Taylor is very expressive in her eyes. Taylor,
Yeah,
take
she
care of
is. Look at
yourself.
those cute eyes.
Yeah. Well,
They're
I'm
big.
definitely trying to like move towards taking care of myself. I have a problem where like I'll go and I'm like I'm cheap with me, and then I'll spend like all of my money on my kids,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm
Hello,
like,
Oh yeah.
hallelujah. That's me.
yeah. And then I'm like, oh no, I forgot to do this or I forgot to do that. I actually have a hair appointment set up for Tuesday, and I can't even wait because it's been a long time.
Good. Good for you. Good for you, because Chad's gonna take care of him.
Yeah.
Well,
Will
I'm
come
gonna
and
take
come
care of
come back
everybody.
in the house with a whole damn truck and some rims. Who does that?
Well, I mean, you have to. There's one thing now. You don't have to understand it, but if you could, like, I know you buy things for the house that you need, right? Like if it's a fan or an AC unit
I
or
just
a
got a whole
blender.
ACU unit, $7,600.
No, I know, but this is a work truck. It's a tool, so I haul stuff in it, but I also haul kids in there. We go grocery
And they
shopping.
if you want to, Chance.
But the thing is, the tires I bought them like that because they have warranty on there. So if I get a flat,
You full of
I'm dead serious. I'm tell her,
you
did I get
full
how
of
many tires did I get?
Yeah, we all know. We all know you spend a lot of money on tires.
you could have got you a good old F-150, a used F-150, and spent half of the price of what you did on that truck.
Well, actually, it's what a 2019 GMC, and it only had
No,
60.
she's saying you could have got.
Oh, I could have. Yeah, but if it broke down, see when you get something older like that with more miles, dang, I can't switch hands like this. Baby,
That's
why don't you
not
hold the phone for
true.
me, please?
But go ahead.
Well, I checked it out,
How many
and
miles
for
was on the truck that you brought? How many miles was on it?
60,000.
That's still too much.
No, not for Car Shield. Is that what it is?
We don't. What? Car shield.
Car Shield.
We don't have car shield.
I know that, but it's the same. See, I've got mine insurance through the bank, and I forget the name of it, but it's just like Car Shield. Now, if you have a vehicle that has over 100,000, 120,000, they won't insure it at all. And then if something breaks on it while you're going to work, you're out for that money, And so I
Did
took
you have
every
a
precaution.
Carfax? Did you have a Carfax done pulled on it before you brought it?
Oh yeah, yeah,
It had
100%.
every oil change. It had all the tune-ups, the
Yep.
30-day check-in, the 60-mile. All that was done.
Oh
Or
yeah,
was that
yep,
done when they
100%.
got the car?
Yeah, I did everything on it to make sure it was no accidents and all that.
And I think it only had one owner.
I bought the truck.
Okay.
The reason I got such a good deal on the truck was just before that chip thing hit. Where's my hand? Hit that chip where they didn't have enough chips for the vehicles,
Yeah.
so the prices were going up.
Yeah.
I got it just before that, And then boom, next thing you know, my truck was worth $45,000. So my bank refinanced me and gave me the equity in it, which they didn't pay me the equity in it. They just gave me credit for the equity. And now my payments are a lot cheaper. And the higher my credit goes, the cheaper my payments go.
But
And
you
then
need
if
to,
anything
you need
happens
to
to the
slow your
tires, I
roll
get
with
4
your
free
credit.
replacement tires.
You need to slow your roll with your credit, because I'm gonna read your ass tonight about buying additional properties, and you're
Oh yeah.
wanting a property to maintain itself with rent, but there may be a time where you don't have an occupant in it, and now you're carrying 2 mortgages with
There you
1
go.
salary.
There you go. No, you're right about that, and I have thought about it. So a couple of my friends are into real estate and stuff, and they've been walking me through it. So there's insurance that you can take. There's even mortgage insurance. I didn't know this,
Yeah,
but you can get mortgage insurance just in case something happens, you lose your job, and they have insurance for your job. Like if you get sick and miss a week, they'll cover your paycheck up to 85%.
you didn't know that?
No, I've been in
Get
prison
your
for
ass
10 years.
on
I
to
don't know.
big balling. You big balling, shot calling, buying trucks in homes
Yep.
you didn't know?
I've been getting blind luck because I feel like, I just have that personality when I'm in front of you and I'm talking business and I'm being conductive. Like when I'm talking business, I can talk right, but when I'm trying to just be a normal person, I don't know how to do that. All I've done my whole life is work, and
Okay.
I've only worked on the books for probably about 11 years, you know, and then other than that, I paid 1099s. So I never really invested money before, never had stuff before. It's it's a lot to learn, it is. But they have insurance for stuff like that. If somebody
Yes, they
doesn't pay
do.
rent, they do. You pay
Yes,
for
they do. Yes, they
it.
do. That's why you need to sit and make sure you run everything through her. So I know, I'm not
Oh
going
yeah.
to hold you all long. I know y'all outside and the kids in the house and you got the phone up on your arm. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you understanding where I was at the beginning of this. Um,
Amen.
I really do appreciate, you all clicking the link and coming on. And is
We
it
love
any,
watching you.
I know y'all did.
Oh yeah, no, I do. And I ain't even lying. I used to go to McNabb High School down in Fort Lauderdale, and you remind me just like my buddy's mom. And I'm gonna be honest with you. One day I was getting off the bus, and the bus driver said, "Tell his dad that he did this." And my buddy's mom spanked my butt all the way to the house.
You damn right.
And I'd never forget that. And then later that night, me and my friends were all hanging out, partying. Well, we weren't partying. I was like 12, 13. And so we were throwing beer bottles at this wall. And I tried to throw one over the roof, and it went through the window. I didn't see that little window up there. So we all ran. And I'm thinking, like, I'm going to run and get away. I was the only white boy in the neighborhood. Everybody knew where I lived.
Let me tell you something. I have a nephew who's a musician. I will never say what his name is, but he's worked with Lady Gaga, Drake, like
Oh,
all the
cool.
big people. But he will tell you that his auntie will pinch the MFing skin off of you. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
pinched them till they would just about bleed. A
Yeah.
massive. I mean, like I wasn't a disciplinary. And so after a while, I could just look at them like, and they would. And they are still
Yeah.
doing that to this
Yeah.
day.
And that's all it takes. You do it one
They don't
time,
pay.
and
They
you'll
don't. They
save
don't
them a
play.
lifetime of butt whooping. Okay. I had my ass whooped 3 times in my life. Once by my dad, once by my grandpa, and once by my grandma. Okay. Other than that, I ain't never had to get it from anybody else
Yeah, they know their
growing up.
auntie don't play. And even now, my nephew be like, "Oh, I still get shivers remembering how you." Yeah,
And
yeah.
I say it like that because there's a difference between having your butt spanked and getting your ass whooped. Okay. And I learned my lesson. And that's why I try to tell Taylor, look, because I heard one of the kids call her something bitth. And I was like, you need to pop her right in the mouth because that's what worked for my cousin, you know. But then again,
You
yep,
know
put
what
that
this is?
paddle on her butt.
You know what this is in the black community?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we used to pow, and it be
Yep.
with the backhand, not the front hand. It's the back one.
Yeah. Grandpa hit you with that double time. You think it's over when it comes this way, but then pow, right to the back. You know. At any rate,
Anything y'all want to say closing out?
yeah, for sure. I just want to say to everybody out there, I apologize on the behalf of Taylor. She definitely never meant to offend anyone. She's a small town country girl, and they just ain't never experienced anything like that around here. And believe it or not, about what I'd say a third of this community in this small town right here is black, and you wouldn't even notice it. And that's one of the things I love about Missouri is not so disrespectful up here. In Florida, things on a rat. Look, I love Florida. I love the people there, but man, everybody is on. If you don't know what you're doing, get out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I appreciate, as far as I'm concerned, I appreciate the constructive criticism. As far as like credit or my social skills or things how I conduct myself. But all that chomo perverted ass bullshit, man, that's in the mind of the beholder. And I apologize if I'm offending anyone, because if you've been a victim of that, you're definitely going to watch out for it.
Yeah.
And I respect that. But if you've been on the victimizing side of that and then you want to try to sit here and point fingers, don't come around here doing that shit.
And I do want to like take a note on that, or add a note to that. I've had a lot of like comments or people like message me and stuff and tell me that he's a pedophile and this and that. Like, people don't, and I hate the ones where they're like, she'd probably just let it happen and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
nothing
ridiculous.
pisses me off more than that. And then to add on to that, I was a victim of that. You know what I mean? So I know what to look out for. I watch everything. I watch things that I shouldn't watch. You know what I mean? Like things that I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah,
I pay attention to everything.
It makes sense. So
and
people are actually putting stuff like that in your DMs?
Yes. And they comment on my Instagram, like on my photos and stuff. People are ignorant. They really are rude.
Okay, so that's why you came at me so hard.
Yeah, and on top of that, I was already having a bad day because I had been dealing with it all day already before that. You know what I mean? And then, of course, like when I'm not paying attention, I'll have people like send me screenshots, or I'll have people tag me in the post. And I'm like, I can't just stop. You know what I mean?
You got to learn how to ignore that stuff.
Yeah.
For a long time, I never even read the post.
I do not take everybody's DMs. I don't take every story. I don't, that's just not me. So
it's hard to be that way because I click on everything and I'm like, I regret it sometimes. And then I'm like, don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Like.
And she's telling me, don't be an asshole. And I'm like, are you serious? Yeah. I'm getting ready to lay into it.
Well, I apologize if I've ever alluded to that fact. I did think that he came in too quick, doing too much. I still think that. I think that you're the one that has to do that, especially given the fact that their biological father is no longer with you. That has to be your responsibility until they develop that trust and that respect for him. That's got to be on you as the mom.
Well, I do.
But y'all, I want to say this. I'm just that type of guy. If I show up to the job site and you got half the floor mopped and there's a pile of trash over there, even though it's not my job, I'm gonna go over there and get that.
Oh no,
because I see it needs to be done, and I seen things that needed to be done, things that needed to be said, some feet that needed to be put down, and 10 toes that needed to be stand on, and I stand on that shit, and I'll stand on it today. When I stood up, I was in the joint, I said, you need to tell your mom and stepdad or dad and stepmom to get on out of there. They called the law. And then when I got here, I started slowly it wasn't my place, but I felt like it was because Taylor accepted me. I accepted the fact that she had children and she was on her own. And I came in here ready to go to work. I came in here ready to be that guy.
But I tell you what, you can tell that you backed the hell up now.
Yeah.
Those kids have backed you up. And that's what happens. And what you don't want them to do is be 16, 17, 18 years old doing that, because the popo will be at your house every night. And that's not what you want. So
I'm gonna tell you right now, they can like whoever they want, but I'm gonna make sure they don't like them back.
Well, Taylor, get on it. I'm telling you, don't wait, baby. Don't wait.
Yep.
And if you need to reach out to me for advice, being someone who lost, my daughter lost her dad at a young age and having to go to a funeral. That was the first funeral my daughter's ever been to. And, now it was her dad. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you need somebody that
Gotta feel it.
you can talk to about how to do that and how to make it happen, I'm always
Don't
here
touch it.
to me. Okay. And
Well, I definitely appreciate that.
And I
okay.
would definitely DM you
I
if
didn't say that, Chance. I didn't say you could DM
well,
me.
I'm going to anyway.
You
I'm
know,
probably
you
going
know
to
he's gonna
anyway.
add in.
You know I'm going to anyway because I'm gonna be like, man, look, I got this problem with this credit issue. If I can't get a hold of somebody else, I'm gonna find out what I can do.
He's gonna be looking at random insurances later.
Just go and
You
get
know
your
that
real
day.
estate license, which is what I did. Just go and get your license so you can learn how to purchase properties
Oh
properly.
yeah. And that's what Taylor's in the middle of right now. She's just searching herself to see what type of career she wants to have. And I support her on that. I told her take as much time as you need. She can spend it with the kids. You know, while I'm working, they just got back to school. So now she has a little bit of time during the day. And soon we'll have
then
the
with
baby here.
baby,
Yep,
so
I'm
it's
ready to
gonna
go start
be-
buying toys. And I almost let it slip on what kind of toys I was going to get. So I'm glad I caught myself.
Did you?
Almost let it slip. What do you mean, did I? I didn't. You're
Oh my
sitting right
God,
here.
Yeah,
look.
because we haven't found out whether or not you've had the baby. We haven't found out what the sex is, so don't say nothing on here.
Yeah.
And I don't want them saying you broke your NDA, bitch. You ain't getting a check.
Oh, we don't want them to say that either.
I'm gonna have to sell my tires and my rims. Them tires and rims are the first thing to go.
But
Well,
I can say that we haven't had it yet.
okay. Well,
I think we actually find. Oh wait, no, nobody will find out until like October 14th.
Okay. Well, we
So-
look forward to finding out. I'm hoping you have a little boy. You need something to break up all of that feminine.
I hope we have twins.
Oh my God.
I hope you have one baby. That's all you can handle. One baby, and it's the boy that you want.
Well, I figure I'd make enough for one baby, but if we have twins, I'll get the other one financed.
Bye, Chance.
You're an idiot.
Thank you so much, Chance and Taylor, for coming on board. Love you all.
Peace out, y'all. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that worked out because I was one thing about me to a fault sometimes is I'm gonna keep it a buck 150. And I respect them for coming on because I was like, cancel. So I respect them for, enduring and coming on and everything. And, some of this stuff will work itself out. You've been in this game long enough. You see people come and you see them go. And so I'm going to always keep it a buck with y'all. I ain't going to never come out here and fake it. I just ain't going to do it. But I'm just starting to really see some things that I don't like. So Taylor and Chance, thank you for coming out. And I'll let you all know if I feel like it, what I've been hearing. But what I've been hearing is just really, it just hasn't been the best. But I'm so glad that they did come on. Let me know down in the comments section what y'all think about, did I give them good advice? Did I not? Am I, out of pocket and don't know what the fuck I'm talking about? Right? But one thing I can say is that, like I had told him, and sincerely, once I start really communicating with him, I saw him in a different light. That's not to say he's not going to get dragged. Okay? Because at about 10 o'clock, I'm going to be dragging his ass and the rest of the cast as I do my Love After Lockup review, because Amber putting her hands up around Puppy neck was just absolutely deplorable. If I could have jumped through that screen and then to do that in front of this guy's kids, oh yeah, we talking about that tonight. So anyway, I love you all to pieces. I'll be out tonight, even if it has to be later than that. Y'all turn y'all notification bells on. Thank you to everybody who super chatted me. Thank you so much to my moderators who always keep the room nice and safe for everybody to be able to chat. I love y'all to pieces. Until we meet again, y'all be safe. Bye, y'all.